Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Wittering. I just wanted to do a brief summary of this interview because it goes long, but God, is it a horrific one? I mean, it's great and it's very informative about what can happen to you if you have PSSD. Some of the key points here is this gentleman was hospitalized for 3 months against his will because people thought he was delusional from PSSD. He was forced medications, eventually had to pretend that he was okay to get out of the hospital. He was his parents kind of had him sectioned essentially, and so you can imagine the problems that it caused in the relationship going forward. The interview also touches on a couple things that are also really unique about PSSD. Um, One being the absolute lack of response to potent drugs. We've had people talk about how they don't respond to to alcohol and things like that. But this gentleman went on an Ibogaine retreat and essentially felt nearly nothing, which I think is a very unique symptom. Those are the two really high points. I think you'll find this, interview very informative and also kind of like an absolute horror story. I was really grateful that Anmol was willing to share this with us. So I hope you enjoy. And also, I used some new video software on this recording, so it crashed halfway through. So there's a transition. So please forgive that. Bye. So hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Wittering. It's my pleasure to welcome Anmol Singh here, and he's kindly agreed to share his story about PSSD. So, Anmol, I'm just going to dive right into it. Tell us what happened to you.
So it actually started with Finasteride. I took Finasteride in 2000 end of 2019 for hair loss. So I mean just started when I started. I didn't notice much of any problems with Finasteride. So I took it for like I think 2 months. And by the end of month two, I started noticing loss of morning erections, a little bit of fatigue, not too much of the not too much on the mental side, but more on the physical side, like fatigue, uh, loss of libido, general numbness, and but the libido side wasn't too bad, so I decided to come off. Uh, I remember exactly like mid of February 2020. So uh, I just knew. My body composition changed. I used to train at the gym, so my body composition like started like changing. I could feel. There's something wrong with my hormones. So I went to get my hormones checked, and they were out of the. They were totally out. Like testosterone was down, free testosterone was down. Like everything, estrogen was up, prolactin was up. Everything was just out of the balance. So I was like, I'm gonna be get out of this. Uh, I didn't have any mental sites by then. So by like after like couple of weeks, when I stopped finasteride, I started noticing like way too much anxiety. Uh, like my blood pressure like started to go up. You know, I started feeling like really dizzy, like extreme brain fog. So I didn't know what to do. I had to tell my parents, that this is what I'm going through, and they asked the doctor, who prescribed me finasteride, and they were like, "Oh, you know, uh, nothing. It's just in his head, you know." So I showed the report of my hormones to my dad's teeth. This is out of whack. This is. Probably this is why I'm suffering. So. So I don't know what to do. So I had to experiment with something, to get out of this. So it wasn't going away, but after like 3 weeks, the blood pressure and the like extreme anxiety, it got stable. Uh, so I started experimenting with a couple of herbal supplements. So there's a supplement called Mucuna prurins. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Mm-mm.
It's like uh, it has some L-dopa in it basically. So I read it. I mean, okay, it reduces prolactin, can help with the testosterone. Um, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this. I didn't know how potent it was, but it was just not the right supplement for me because it could increase anxiety as well. So I didn't know much, so I took a big dose, and I immediately felt relief. Actually, in all my symptoms. I was like, okay, I'm good. I mean, I'll be able to get out of this, in like a week or something. So, but I remember exactly that night. It was like mid of March. I couldn't sleep that night, you know, because of uh, the supplement I took. I already had sleep issues because of the finasteride. So, and I just couldn't sleep. I mean, I, I woke up my parents. I mean, like I'm feeling like really anxious. They checked my blood pressure. It was like really high. You know,
Wow.
so they gave. So fortunately, we have some uh, anti-anxiety medication like clonazepam, I think,
Hmm.
Klonopin. Yeah. So they gave me Klonopin, uh, and I was able to sleep that night. So, but next day I got up, I felt okay, felt pretty normal. By the end of the day, I mean, I started feeling the same symptoms of like post-acid, like returning, like everything, brain fog, shrunken genitals, like everything, just Uh, yeah. So I decided to take a small dose of the same supplement, which was really stupid on my part. So I took that supplement and I mean, I went crazy. I mean, I couldn't. I
Wow.
mean, yeah, the um, thoughts, started racing. It was like a panic attack, extreme panic attack. Nothing psychological. It was all like physiological. I mean, neurological, and I didn't know what to do. I mean, and I went screaming, to my dad. I mean, this is what is happening. And so again, they didn't know what to do. I mean, and it was during the lockdown, you know. Um, so they gave me again Klonopin. It helped me, but next day I got up. I mean, I had like extreme ringing in my ears. You know, I kind of messed it up on my own actually during the time. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, I had extreme ringing. I had extreme sound sensitivity. You know, like I mean, I was like jolting. Uh, yeah. Um, so uh, so I don't know what to do. So I was like taking a benzo in the afternoon and for sleep. So for a week I did that, but I knew this is not the solution. I mean, this is going to mess me up more. So and my dad kept talking to the doctors. I was I wasn't sure. I mean, like I'm not. I said they won't be able to figure out what is going on with me. Okay, so they're just gonna put me on like other medications. I said, I mean, this is not what something I want to do. And so I had some ashwagandha with me. If you know about it, I
Hmm.
mean, it's herbal medicine. Uh, it is known to reduce anxiety.
Hmm.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, so I didn't know what to do because I was so in a restless state.
Sure.
So I took ashwagandha, and I immediately felt relief in like anxiety. This was in like end of March, I believe. So I was like, okay, I'm able to like have some relief. So I started taking ashwagandha. I mean, I was able to stay calm. Not like in a flight, and you know. Uh, so I mean, in like couple of weeks, kept taking ashwagandha, and um I started feeling relief in my post-finasteride symptoms actually.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, probably my body was recovering on its own. I don't know. So I started getting uh, relief in actually all my symptoms, like brain fog, sexual symptoms as well. Yeah. Uh, so I was like, okay. In about 3 weeks or a month, I was able to actually like a flip switch. I was able to recover. You know. I said I'm like pretty lucky. I mean, I don't know. I mean, so the only symptoms were left were like ringing in my ears and sound sensitivity. It was not anything psychological. I mean, so any loud sound, would come up, and my body would like shake. So it was annoying. It would affect my day, but like pretty bad. But it wasn't something like, you know. Uh, I mean, I recovered most of my sexual side effects and the cognitive side effects. So this was the only issue I have. So I started looking up online to figure out something, you know, uh, to order something like herbal stuff, But during that lockdown, everything was just shut. Nothing was going on. So my dad kept talking to the doctors, probably psychiatrists. So they were like, "Oh, he has anxiety and stuff like that." I was like, "I don't have any anxiety. I mean, this is like something physiological, I have sound sensitivity." So they were like, "Oh, he needs to go on SSRIs and stuff like that. He'll feel much better." So I was like, I'm not sure. I don't want to go on that. I mean,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, they didn't even
So,
talk to me. They were talking to my father. So I was like, how the hell does he know I'm low in serotonin and stuff like that? I mean, does not make any sense to me. So, uh, so they kept like my dad like kept forcing me. I mean, not like forcing me, like kept convincing me actually.
yeah,
Just trust the
well, I guess
doctors.
he was just saying, trust the doctors, listen to the
Yeah, yeah,
expert, they know what they're doing. Yep.
yeah. And I was like, I'm not sure. I mean, I I just don't believe in it. I mean, I don't want to. Uh, he spoke to like several psychiatrists, and they didn't even talk to me, and they prescribed like SSRIs in just over like 5 minute consultation. That's it. So I was like, I talked to my father. He was like, "Don't look up on the internet." I was like,
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I don't believe this. I mean, so I, so my dad told me. I mean, just trust me, okay? I mean, just trust the doctor. Just trust me. I'm not gonna give you anything wrong. So I was like, "Are you sure? I mean, you promised me like nothing's gonna wrong. I mean, I've been through hell like last couple of months, so I don't want anything. This is something which can be done. I mean, it's not that bad, what I'm going through right now. So I don't know what came into my mind. I finally convinced myself. I mean, I was like, how bad it could be, you know. So going on SSRIs, So
And can I ask you, Anmol,
yeah,
at this point, did you know you had PFS, or were you just thinking, oh, this is just something,
I
you
I,
know,
I knew, I knew, I
okay,
knew, I
yeah,
knew. I mean, because the symptoms were like pretty severe,
yeah,
and the PFS community is gonna like shit on me,
yeah.
because yeah, they don't recover with just like a normal any herbal supplement, because this is what happened to me. I mean, this is how I got out of it. And uh, so my dad told me, I mean, just trust the doctors and trust me. There's nothing's gonna. It's like 100% safe, like no side effects. I was like, I don't believe this. I mean, I said, why don't you check the internet, or why don't you look up on the internet? Is there any side effects with the SSRIs or not? I didn't know anything about the antidepressants then, but
Hmm.
I was like, okay, how bad it could be. I mean, and I remember like in end of April or start of May in 2020, I got on it. The initial, uh, I mean, everybody gets like the initial side effects when you try to get on the SSRIs when it's adjusting in your body. So the initial first week was pretty bad, but I actually responded pretty good. Uh, so the ringing in my ears like went away, and the sound sensitivity also went away. So I was kind of euphoric for like a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I mean, and I did notice like a little bit of genital numbness, I remember, but I didn't pay much attention to it. I was like, I knew it's like a side effect of the medication. It'll go
Mm-hmm.
away, when I get off this. But other than that, I mean, because I was on such a low dose, they wanted me to keep going up and up. I was like, there's no point. I was just on like five mg, 5 milligrams
Lexapro?
Lexapro, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, they wanted me to go up. I mean, I was like, why do you want to need to go up? I mean, I'm feeling okay. So I didn't listen to the doctors to keep, to increase my dose. So I was feeling fine. Uh, and it was a lockdown, everything was shut. So I was playing poker all the time online.
Mm-hmm.
So I was having a good time. By the end of like first month, like mid of June, I I started feeling. I mean, it was like really subtle actually. I was like, why I'm not thinking about sex anymore? I mean, it's definitely my libido is like pretty low, not too low. I mean, but it's definitely low, and I loved working out. I mean, I had like a small gym uh, in my home, and the workouts were like pretty bad. Like I couldn't feel the pleasure from the working out, and the music sounded like a little blunted, not too bad. Like I just um,
Mm-hmm.
couldn't feel it like totally. So I was like, this is like not something I want. I mean, because I love music, and I love working out, and I love sex. So I don't want to compromise all these things. So uh, and by the end of second month, I think it got even a little worse. So I was like, I told my parents like I'm gonna get off it. So they were like, no, we'll get you on some another medication. I was like, why do we need to be like any medication? First of all, I didn't have any depression or anxiety in the first place. you know this was something given me for just like sound sensitivity, like a physiological symptom was I was having, and because of the side effect of finasteride. So I remember coming off in first week of July. I tapered uh, for like a couple of weeks because I was just on it for like a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
For a couple of weeks, I was just on like 5 milligrams. So I, tapered to like 2.5, and eventually came up. First week was fine. I didn't feel anything different. I was like, okay. So I think after like 10 days, I believe, I remember, like end of July, I started having like really bad like erection problems. I mean, I started having like erectile dysfunction.
Like
I was
what?
like,
Like worse than when you were on the medication?
yeah, but no, I didn't have any erection problems when I was on the SSRIs.
Huh.
None. I just had like
Just less interested in sex.
less interested in sex. That's it. I mean, no rectal dysfunction, nothing.
Okay.
Um, and after like 10 days, when I came off the medication, I noticed some erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation. I was like, what is going on? I mean, and I immediately Googled, and it showed post SSRI syndrome. I was like, okay. I mean, but I didn't read. I didn't go check out all the symptoms. You know, I was like, okay, but I didn't have any mental sides. Nothing, no cognitive or no emotional sides. So I was
Did
like,
May I ask,
yeah,
did
yeah.
the sound of music improve? Did you get that high from
Not
working
really. I
out?
mean, it was the same the way it was in SSRIs after
Okay.
coming 10 days. So I started
Okay.
having like erection problems, premature ejaculation, but libido was the same actually, for some
Okay.
reason. Yeah. So I
Still
was like,
low. Yeah.
yeah, still. I mean, still the same the way it was in SSRI.
Yeah.
Probably like I would say 60%. or 70%. I don't know. So, so I was like, okay, I'll be able to get over it. Um, I think in about another 10 days, I remember I had a poker night with my friends. I still remember, exactly. It was first week of August, 2020. So my friends came to my place, and I I started having like a really bad like brain fog, just uh, brain fog, and I couldn't talk to my friends. I was like really slurred. I had like really slurred speech. So I was like something, and I was like coming on with like fever. I remember. So I thought, okay, maybe I have COVID. I don't know. So I didn't know what to make out of it. So I remember getting up the next day. Exactly, I was like first week of August, like 6th or 7th of August. I remember I had like a little bit of fever, and like a switch like flipped. All the symptoms. Brain fog, confusion, head pressure, like tightness in my skull. Like extreme uh, blurred vision, uh, uh, extreme. Yeah, my genitals actually shrunk the next day when I got up, like
Mm-hmm.
literally shrunk. Yeah, I was like, what is going on? I mean, so yeah, I mean, just all the PSSD symptoms you can imagine. Whatever extreme like derealization, like disconnected, like totally. Uh,
Did you
and
feel like very anxious, or did you feel like very
numb, like
blunted?
totally numb and blunted. My body
Okay.
felt, yeah, like my brain, like I felt like it's just disconnected from my body, like totally. So, um, and I told my parents, and they didn't know what to make out of it. I mean, uh, so I remember being in withdrawal for like few months actually. I was like bedridden. I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
what to do. I don't know. I had like extreme brain fog, confusion, um, like no anxiety. I couldn't feel any emotions. Like I had no anxiety. Uh, Loss of morning erections. You know, and definitely loss of libido.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, uh, loss of nocturnal erections, like no erections in the night.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, and my parents kept telling me, just why didn't we go to doctor? I I knew. I mean, there's no point. I mean, they won't be able to know what is going on with me. But I
Mm-hmm.
knew I had post-SRI syndrome because I looked up and I had the exact symptoms. So yeah, I mean, and the emotional and the cognitive sides were like extreme. Like
T-
really extreme. Yeah,
Can you
we
can
can
you
ask.
tell me a little bit about brain fog? How do you experience the cognitive side of it?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to explain to somebody who doesn't know what is
Yeah.
going on. It's like I couldn't focus on anything. Blunted, like the blunted effect we have in, it's like a symptom of PSSD, like a really foggy vision. It's yeah, I mean,
So
the
you have, yeah,
colors.
your vision's actually not as crisp as it
Yeah,
used to be.
it's. I mean, it improved a little bit in like first year, but it's still my colors and the way I see the world. I mean, the colors, they're like really dull. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so, sorry, going back to the cognitive, you can't
Yeah.
really focus on anything. How else would you describe it?
Yeah. I mean, just totally out of it. I mean, cannot focus on anything. The music doesn't sound. I mean, like nothing. I mean, it's just a sound. I cannot I cannot like literally feel it.
Okay.
Uh,
And what about like if you were to try and read a novel or something like that? Are you able to concentrate enough to just kind of read like a fiction book, or is it just it's just too difficult, or
The
there's no
problem
enjoy?
is the
Yeah.
the problem is anhedonia. Your brain is just not uh, interested. I mean,
Hmm.
yeah, the
It's like no motivation, no
no
drive, no
motivation, like no
interest.
dopamine. It's like you're
Yeah.
not. Yeah, it doesn't give you any pleasure. You don't want. You're not interested. You know,
Yeah. Okay.
not psychologically. Like the brain is just not firing the way it's supposed to be. Um,
Okay. So that was in 2020, right? And so
yeah.
that this all began. Tell me about the trajectory of your symptoms over time. What has changed in the last 3 or so years?
See, so the only thing which has changed is like uh, extreme blurred vision and the extreme head pressure.
Hmm.
That's it. About the emotional and cognitive sides, they're still the same. Like nothing has changed. And the sexual side effects, yeah, I could say like maybe like 5%, or on a good day maybe 10%.
Hmm.
So
Like 10% of what is normal?
yeah, this is
Previous.
what I don't even know. I don't even remember. What was normal.
Yeah.
So I'm just assuming. Uh,
Okay.
this could be like 10%. I don't know.
Do you, I mean, are you still, are you still, is there any interest in sex or pornography or anything like that? Or are
Not
you
really. When I
completely
look at porn,
asexual?
yeah,
Yeah.
when I look at porn, I'm not able to get aroused.
Okay.
But I mean, I've had sex during these times, but I'm able to sometimes with a Viagra, with Cialis, and sometimes without even that. But it's not the same. I mean, the obviously the loss of the lack of libido, and the orgasms are pretty bad.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, yeah, I mean, I mean, and obviously the genital numbness, which you know interferes with the good sexual intercourse. You cannot feel your genitals. And yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean,
And what is it like when when you're trying to have sex? I mean, do you feel connection with the other person, or is it just
no, no,
kind of
no,
like
no,
you're a
no.
robot going through the
And like
motions?
like
Just
kind of like a robot.
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like no, like
Oh,
totally. Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
I lost you for a second. Could you just go back 10 seconds and repeat yourself about being a
Yeah. So like
robot?
no
Yeah.
no emotional connection with the partner. I mean, like nothing.
Okay.
Uh, yeah.
And how have things evolved with your parents? Have they do they acknowledge what's happened to you, or is it still like not
It's been pretty
really?
bad. They
Okay.
now, like end of like 3 year mark, just before like couple of months, they say they're on my side, but I've been through hell with them, totally hell, and I
Do you
have
mind
lot to tell. I
do
have
you
lot
mind
to tell
sharing a
actually.
little bit about that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't mind. I mean, saying on the internet. I mean, they've. Uh, so I mean, for the first year, for the first 6 months, I like pretty much yelled at my father. I mean, this is what you've done to me. I mean, I believed you. I
Yeah.
mean, anybody would have done the same. I mean, your
Yeah.
life pretty much ruined. And you're suffering like crazy. So they for the first 6 months they kept listening to me. I kept telling them, don't go to the doctors, don't go to the psychiatrist, and I kept showing them the uh, yeah, I mean, the literature. I kept telling him this is what I have. I kept showing him the David Healy's
Mm-hmm.
articles. This is what I have. You want to talk to him, talk to somebody, you just talk to them. He was like, they don't have a cure. I was like, nobody has a cure. This is what is going on. I mean, this is a fact. And they didn't believe me. They kept going to the doctors over and over again, like several psychiatrists, and they all kept saying the same thing. They
Is
kept,
this in In India or in
Yeah,
Australia?
yeah, yeah. In India.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just here on a vacation actually.
Yeah.
Uh, it's in India actually. Um, I was like, there's no way that they won't be able to. So basically, they kept going to the doctors over and over again, and they got brainwashed, like totally.
And they thought you were just, it was
Yeah, I'm
anxiety,
neutral.
and that it was just from your
I,
anxiety disorder, and they wanted you back on meds. Was that kind of?
yeah. So this is what
Yeah.
happened. I'm gonna tell you. So in the end of for the first 7 or 8 months, they kept wanting me to go to the doctor. I mean, they were on my side. They were like pretty sympathetic. I mean, they were like empathetic. I mean, they were like uh, they were like really worried what I'm going through. Seeing me all over the place. Uh, and I had some akathisia as well. I couldn't sit for like I had to walk it off.
Hmm.
Uh, for like few months. It wasn't that bad, but I had it for like first few months. So I remember, in um, March or April of 2021. Uh, I mean, I kept telling them, what do I do? I'm like messed up for life. I don't know what to do because the pain is like 24/7. You
Yeah.
just cannot, you can't escape it. You, I mean, um, and they kept telling me, I mean, we need to go to the psychiatrist. We need to trust the doctors. I was like, I knew they can't help me, but I was uh, I so needed help. I was like, okay, I mean, I'll go to the psychiatrist, um, and he gave me Wellbutrin. You know,
Hmm.
I was like, okay, because I knew enough about the drugs because I was at the forum most of the time. So I was like, okay, this is not a bad option. I could try. Yeah, and even before that, I tried a lot of stuff. My so in like severe cases, you don't respond to drugs. You just lose the reaction to drugs. Um, Coffee, alcohol, like any drug. You just don't respond to it. Your brain and body just doesn't respond to the way it's supposed to. And
Can I ask just on
yeah,
that? Did you have that? Did you have it when, you would drink alcohol and you would just feel none of
nothing,
the pleasure?
nothing, like no euphoria, nothing,
Okay. And what was drinking coffee like for you?
nothing. Still to the day, it doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah. To me, that's, people talk about general anesthesia being the most unique symptom for this, but
Yeah,
I would say the second one is people not responding to alcohol. That's really
yeah.
weird. I mean, some of
It's
the
just not
people I've
alcohol
spoken
actually.
to,
It's just not alcohol. Like any other, like
yeah,
any supplement, any herb,
yeah,
any drugs, you just don't respond normally. Especially if you have like a severe case, you don't respond like normally, like nothing.
yeah,
So I tried a lot of herbs and supplements in the first few months. So I was like, I mean, this is like really messed up. I'm not even responding to the, you know, like anything. So yeah, so like uh, first week, I mean, 2021, like end of March or April, he prescribed me Wellbutrin. I was like, okay, I can try this one. I mean, this is not a bad option. I mean, uh, uh, so I took that drug for like 3 months, pretty not a heavy dose, but like pretty moderate dose, like 300, I think 300 milligrams, I believe. Nothing, like no reaction at all, no positive, no negative, absolutely like zero. So and and I told the doctor, I kept going to the doctor and was like, the psychiatrist, I was like, I don't respond to drugs and nothing. And I explained him pretty much about my like post SSRI syndrome. This is what I have. This is why did you look into it? I mean, they didn't want to. Uh, that he told me, I mean, heard, we haven't heard of it. I mean, it is not in our books. I was like, there's enough evidence, I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
can look up online. There's enough information on there. And I showed him the uh, EMA papers. They're like, they've recognized in Europe. I mean, it's a medical condition. Why don't you look into it? They didn't want to. So I don't know what to do. I mean, in the end of when I took Wellbutrin for like 3 months, so didn't respond. I was like, I'm gonna try. It was a bad decision, but I don't know what to do. So I was like, maybe like going back on SSRI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, how bad it could be. I mean, because I'm like a pretty severe case. I don't know what to do. I mean, so it was my decision, which wasn't the right decision. I mean, and I took SSRIs again, Lexapro, again
How high did you? What was your first dose when you went back on it?
for like first I took for like 5 mg for like a couple of weeks. Then I went to like 10 mgs, uh, 10
Yeah.
milligrams for like another 4 weeks or 5 weeks. No response, like nothing. Absolutely like zero negatives or zero positive. The only symptom I had was like the physical, like I couldn't ejaculate. Yeah,
May I ask you,
yeah.
when you stopped taking Wellbutrin, did you suffer from withdrawal when you came off, or was that kind of
No,
blunted as
nothing.
well?
Absolutely like zero withdrawals. Nothing. No side effect. No positive. No withdrawals. Nothing. Which was the weird part, I like it is so severe. I don't even respond to drugs, and I don't get any side effects also. So yeah, I mean, I took the SSRIs again in end of, I believe, 2021, from like August to probably end of September. Uh, no response, nothing.
Hmm.
So I decided to come off it, and no withdrawals as well.
Okay.
So yeah,
I want to ask you this, and I know you mentioned it goes across all drugs. Have I don't know, have you heard of people who have tried, drugs that you would consider to have very strong effects, things like psychedelics and things like that?
I did.
Is that the same? Do they have no response to these
I did.
incredibly?
That
Yeah.
is what I'm going to lead up to. I did actually. I did a
Okay.
pretty strong psychedelic called Ibogaine.
Okay.
Have you heard of it, Ibogaine?
Yeah, I have. Yep.
Yeah. So I did it actually last year.
Okay.
In yeah. So back in 2021, so I didn't respond to the SSRIs.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not gonna try anything. I mean, I'm messed up. I don't know what to do. So, and most of it, all the time, I'm like so fatigued. I don't have the energy to do anything. The fatigue is like so severe. I can't do anything. So
And so I'm going to ask you
yeah,
again,
yeah.
is it like you feel like tired, like it would be hard to walk up a flight of stairs, or is it the level of motivation is
The
so
level of
low?
motivation. It's like the
Okay.
level of the neurotransmission. The neurotransmitters are not firing up,
Okay.
and it's because of that I feel fatigue, because
Okay.
it's different if you compare to the normal people who feel fatigued. It's not the same. Like it's
Hmm.
yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. It's like uh, it's just really numb, and I'm like really drowsy and sleepy all the time.
Hmm.
And caffeine doesn't do much for me. So
Have you ever tried to like just go really heavy on the caffeine, like
I
drink
do.
like,
I do now.
five or
I do
six
now.
cups and see what happens?
I do now. Actually, so I actually do. So I have started working out in this fatigue state. So I don't know what to do. So I was like, I have to. If I get any relief, so I get like 2 or 3% relief when I drink large amounts of caffeine. Not like the usual uh, effect you get from the caffeine if you're normal, but it takes away the extreme drowsiness and sleepiness away. so it doesn't make me like completely sleepy and drowsy all the time. So, but
Okay.
doesn't do anything for the motivation or anything. So, so that's about it. So, yeah,
Okay. You please go on. I'm excited to hear about your
yeah, yeah,
experience with
yeah.
Ibogaine. Yeah.
So in
Yeah.
2021, I mean, I didn't respond to the SSRIs, so I don't know what to do. So I was like, I'm not gonna take anything, and I'm not going to the psychiatrist back again. So you need to understand this is what it is, and so they didn't know what to do. They were like pretty stressed out. I mean, they kept going to the several psychiatrists. They kept going to him, and they got like completely brainwashed. They got completely against me. Like, you are the one who's delusional, and
Mm.
and things got like pretty bad after that between me and my family. Like, so I have only one friend. Like, he's my best friend. So he's the only one who knew from the start, like, this is like serious, like something like really serious and something like really messed up. And he won't understand why is it like so hard for the people not to understand what is. It's not so complicated. He's like, obviously I cannot feel the way you are feeling, you know but I can understand. I mean, and
Hmm.
you you're telling me the symptoms and I can understand. I mean, this must be hell, and you tell me every day. So it's like he didn't understand why is it so hard for other people to understand. So I mean, we figured out it's just that not my parents, the other people, they don't want to understand, they don't want to listen. That's the only problem, because it's not that complicated. You
Hmm.
tell, I mean, you look up on the article, okay, this is what it is.
Okay, so we've swapped platforms now due to some
Okay.
technical issues, but we're going to keep on going where you left off. You were talking about how, you've lost a lot of friends. You have one really close friend who's been able to stay with you
Yeah,
through this, but that it's kind of made things really challenging with your
yeah,
family. Yeah.
extremely challenging. So I'm talking about, so like in March 2021, so things got
Hmm.
like really bad for me, um, because I'm not able to do anything. I'm not functional. So I'm just like, I'm like kind of bedridden most of the time. Like, I'm like staying at home all the time. So, and my parents, like, they kept going to the doctors and they got brainwashed. He's delusional and stuff like that. I mean, they went like, we need to do something about this. He's not gonna um he's not gonna change. This is what they think. Uh
Did they want to drag you to a psychiatric hospital and give you ECT or something like that?
they did drag me to the psychiatric hospital. They actually threw me into the rehab
Mm.
without my consent.
Okay.
So I still remember, I was at my home in my room, and yeah, the staff from the psychiatric hospital, they came to my room, and I was like, what is going on? And I have one of my cousins over there, and he's like, you have to go. I was like, what the hell is going on? I mean, so uh, he was like, I mean, you have to get better. If you don't get better, so your family's gonna suffer, and we are suffering with you. I I don't know what to say. So I knew if I argue more over here, and things are gonna get more messed up for me, you know. So I was just in shock. I mean, like, I didn't know who to go to, and I couldn't escape. Uh, yeah. I'm not sure about US or like Canada or Australia, what are the rules here. But if in India, it's like, if your parents, if your guardians, I mean, they can put their family member, anyone in the rehab without their consent for how, I mean, whatever time, space, I mean, they want to. So I went to actually the same psychiatrist first, uh, and he spoke to me. And he was like, "What is going on? I mean, I haven't seen you like in 6 months. I mean, your parents are like really worried for you." I was like, "I've told you this is what I'm going through. I mean," and explained him everything. He's like, "Explain all these symptoms." I'm like, "What do I need to explain? I have explained to you all these symptoms. I've been coming to you for like last 1 year, and you still haven't believed me." He was like, "Oh, okay. This seems like a case of psychosis." I was like, how is genital numbing is like a case of psychosis? Why don't you look into it? I mean, and I actually even I had an email. I spoke to the researcher, the researcher who was doing the research in Italy. If you know about it, Melkhangi.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. He even I even spoke to him, and he gave me a questionnaire. I remember, uh, and I all had all the symptoms. He confirmed like you have PSSD, and I showed it to him, and he was like, "Yeah, I mean, it's not in the books, so I have no reason to believe you." So they put me in a rehab. I mean, and it was like a pretty bad one.
Is
Uh,
this like a locked unit or like a?
it's like locked unit,
Okay, yeah.
locked unit. It was like a prison. Nothing over there. Uh, um, they had some addicts over there. Uh, few other patients with mental health problems, but and they kind of they I had no contact with my family, nothing, you know so they kind of forced me. So uh so uh for the first, I mean, I went there and I don't know what to do. I mean, so I kind of figured out, I mean, if I get mad, if I cannot get you know impulsive or angry with them, I mean, it's gonna be even hard for me. And I kept telling them, I want to talk to my parents. Okay, I want to talk to my family. I mean, I wasn't allowed to. It was that bad. So I still remember on my first day. So I told them, just don't give me any drugs. Okay, I don't want any drugs. I don't want any medication. Okay, I'm gonna be just on my own. I mean, I'm not gonna create any trouble. Just don't give me. So on my first night, I still remember. They gave me like 15 pills. 15 pills. I mean, and I mean, I mean, I wasn't just in shock. They're like abusing me.
They
And
like just forced them down your throat essentially.
most, yeah, I mean, I mean, so I still remember like for the first few days, I kind of hallucinated. So I didn't know where I was. I mean, I was hallucinating. I was getting in like middle of the night, and and I still remember, I started hearing voices, just weird voices, just random voices. You know, I thought I'm gonna go crazy in this one. I'm gonna go. I mean, this is insane. I had to beg the doctor. You need to stop it. I mean, I am hearing voices and stuff like that. He went like, "Oh, see, yeah, I know you have a case of psychosis." I said, "I've never been through this like in my life. So you need to stop it." I mean, and I kind of like yelled at him. He was like, if you don't stop it, I'm gonna go like literally mad. He kind of got scared, and he was like, "Okay, we're not gonna give you any medication." And so because my hands were shaking, I had slurred speech. Uh, uh, just so many symptoms. I mean, uh, so uh, so he didn't give me any drug, but I kept telling them, just let me talk to my parents. I mean, he was like, "You're not allowed to." So by end of like, I was there for like 10 days. in like end of March, I remember, So he was like, uh, you have to get on like some kind of medication, if you want to get out. So I was like, I was left with no other choice, So, and I didn't even know what they gave me. They gave me antipsychotics, I remember, you know, and like I remember they gave me like 5 pills a day. I don't know what it was. So yeah, and yeah, I mean, I had slurred speech and like even more foggy vision on it,
Yeah.
and I kept complaining about it. They didn't do anything about it. So
I mean,
and
it's a similar experience to what Rosie told me in when I interviewed her. She was
yeah, but
essentially,
she
yeah,
was
she
there
was
for
like,
yeah, sorry.
yeah, I was going to say she was forced in there, and then she was
Yeah,
told that she could only leave if she took medication. It
yeah,
was, yeah. And then she had
but
to
she was,
pretend to be normal as well. She had to
yeah,
say, "Oh yeah,
yeah,
it's actually been very helpful being here," for them to let her out.
yeah. But she was just there for like few days, I believe, right?
I think so.
I
Yeah, I think she, caught, you know, as soon as she was in there, she was already thinking about how she was going to get out. Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
Uh, I was there for 3 months.
Oh shit! I thought you
Three
said you were there
months.
for 10 days.
No, no, no. 3 months. I was there for 3 months.
Jesus
Like
Christ!
it was unbelievable. I didn't understand. I mean, I didn't know. I mean, I couldn't believe what my parents are thinking. I mean, they're thinking they're doing for my best. I don't. I mean, it's just simple logic. I mean, how could anyone, even if I'm like faking it, why would you even think, this is like a right solution for me? I just, I mean, I still can't get over it. I mean, this is like a nightmare. I'm already suffering, enough. And like I'm already in a jail. I mean, and you essentially uh, even torture me more, Basically, this is what you're doing.
That's
And
exactly what they did.
this is
They
exactly what they did.
they forced
Yeah.
drugs on you, and then you developed
And
hallucinations and started pacing and all of those things.
yeah. So, and I couldn't believe my family, how could they possibly think they're doing the right thing? I mean, I didn't understand. I mean, how, like, how stupid you have to be to, like, I mean, so I still remember, I mean, like, at the end of like 2 weeks, I mean, I kind of had to accept, I mean, I am just, I won't be able to get out of this. I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, so, uh, so they put me on like some antipsychotics, probably I think risperidol. I don't know. Uh, yeah. I have even more slurred speech and like foggy vision all the time. Just, just everything was just horrible. There was nothing to do. I mean, it was like a prison, like totally. I mean, uh, horrible food. You know, just I couldn't even imagine. I mean, uh, yeah. So I
What do you
spoke
what do you
to.
what do you think
Yes,
let them? How did they? Why did they eventually let you leave? Were they just saying that you weren't getting better, and they just said, "Well, guess it's time for
let
him
me
to
leave.
go"? Yeah.
So
Why did
what
they let you
happened?
leave? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna tell you. So I remember, so they were like few like addicts over there also like hidden addicts. So we were all in the like same space, So yeah, uh, so I became friends with one or two guys over there. They were like, why? I mean, they couldn't believe why am I in here? And they went like, you seem like a totally normal guy. I mean, even what is happening? So, and every day we had like a session with the psychologist, over there. Like, yeah. Uh, sorry. Did you?
No, no, I'm
Yeah,
listening. Yeah, yeah. A
yeah,
session with psychologists.
Yeah, so they'll keep asking you, okay, do you see any improvements? And I kept telling them, why don't you look into it? You need to get off with these medications. And I I could see the look on their face. They were like, oh, I mean, this guy is delusional. I could see the body language. This is what they think about me. So, so one of the guys, I mean, who I was friends with, so he meant like, you have to tell them you are getting better if you want to get out of this. Otherwise, there's no chance. I mean, you're going to be stuck here. You have to pretend that you're getting better. And this is what I started doing. Kept telling the doctor, I've gotten so much better and this and that, you know. And even my family, came to see me after like 1 month or so, you know. So asking me, how are you doing? And I don't know how to react over there. If I get angry, if I get impulsive, they're gonna make me stay more. I don't know what to do. So I'm stuck. Uh, so I had to pretend, that I've gotten better. I'm getting better. And took them like 3 months to take me out of this that rehab. So when I got out, I don't know what to do. I mean, do I like get even more? I was so
Were you
mad. I
living
mean,
with your family?
I do live with my family. I do live with my
What was it
parents.
like? What was it like having to live there after they essentially, threw you in a prison for 3 months and got you forced drugged?
Yeah, because they were told, by the end of month three, though, he's gotten better, he's doing fine now. And I had to pretend for a while. I don't know what to do. So like I am like, what I'm gonna do. I mean, uh, and I had before going to the rehab, I had actually plans for Ibogaine in Canada. So yeah, and yeah, I actually even paid for the Ibogaine treatment in like March, in February 2021, and I had my treatment in April. But they listened to the doctors over here and delayed my treatment. They actually canceled my treatment, and they sent me to rehab. So I had a lot of belief in like Ibogaine. I was like, I need to get, maybe I'll get better. I don't know, you know. Uh, so I had to be really nice to them. I had to be really nice to my family, so they would let me go, because I don't know what to do if I mess this up again. If I get angry with them, they're gonna, because in their mind, in their head now, I am just a delusional guy. I'm just like psychotic, who's they labeled me with like, oh, you are hypochondriac. You have hypochondria because
Yep.
yeah, I mean, I'm delusional, I'm psychotic. And by when I got out, I mean, it was like mid of June, I believe. uh yeah, I think mid of June in 2022, last year. So I don't know what to do. I had to pretend for a while. So, but I was like, I can't. Uh, pretend for so long. You know, I had to tell my father, like, in a really, like, Dad, I haven't gotten better. I've been telling you for such a long time. I didn't argue with him, but I told him this is what is going on. You need to understand. And I had some sexual functioning, like a little bit, like a really little bit. Even then went go. I couldn't even have an erection. I told him, this is what is going on. You put me on like drugs, and it's made things even worse. You know. So he didn't understand. He was like, "Oh, we need. It's just for your." I don't know how somebody could be like so brainwashed. Uh, he's like it's for your negative thinking. You think so much negative stuff. I was like, how I'm gonna argue with with any of these people. So uh, Yeah, so this kept going on. I mean, for like a few months. Then I went to Canada uh, for Ibogaine in in September, I believe. September, yes, in September. So, can you hear me?
Sorry, I just had to scream at my daughter. She came into my room, but
It's okay.
no, I'm listening. Please go on. Yeah.
It's okay. So I went to Canada in Toronto. I mean, for Ibogaine treatment. So
Hmm.
yeah, I wasn't too hopeful, but I was kind of hoping that it could maybe help me in some way. I don't know because nobody knows what is going on. I mean, it looked really good on the paper, the Ibogaine treatment.
Sure.
Yeah, like it helps. I mean, it sensitizes the serotonin receptors. We don't know what is going on, so everybody is just it's just hypothesis. So yeah, so Ibogaine treatment I did. Uh, so they were like two doses. If you know about it, there's like a flood dose. Yeah. So and they were like two doses. I mean, I was supposed to do in like a span of 5 day period. So, and I took the first dose, and I could not trip. I could not. The usually people who trip on the psychedelics. Uh, I mean, I had like a really little period of like flashbacks for like 1 hour or so, not too intense, but I had the other symptoms because you throw up on the ibogaine, so much. Yeah, I threw up like crazy, and I had some uh, just not the just my brain is like so messed up. It's not normal, and and it is very common with the people who have like severe cases. They don't react to the psychedelics or like any drugs the way a normal person is supposed to, uh, and yeah, I mean,
So
it
just
was.
describe it. What were the psychological effects of the drug? So you started vomiting, but you had a bit of flashbacks because I mean, when I've heard people describe Ibogaine in the past, they're flying through the solar system type of stuff. They're
Yeah,
I mean they're
everybody around me. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
everybody around me because it was like a retreat. So we were like 8 people or 9 people, and everybody had like an intense experience, And I couldn't even trip, I had like a really mild flashbacks, just
And isn't it
just
like
like
long
random
as well?
flashbacks.
Isn't it like 12 hours or something like that? It's meant to be a very
Oh, it was
long thing.
more than that. It was like really long. I mean, I
Yeah.
tripped for like only like 1 hour or so, but the other, I mean, uh, other trip was like, I mean, the buzzing in the head. I mean, the body, uh, it stayed for like 36 hours actually.
Okay, but
Yeah,
you didn't really like apart from some flashbacks, you didn't hallucinate or anything
yeah.
like that.
I didn't hallucinate nothing. I mean, I mean, it's such a strong psychedelic, and I didn't hallucinate at all. I mean,
I
uh,
might say it's probably one of the strongest psychedelics out there. I mean, when people
it is
describe
it
it,
is the most potent psychedelic in the world. I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
and I couldn't even trip on it. I mean, just like mild flashbacks of my, just like
Jesus.
random flashbacks of my childhood. Not so like nothing. I mean,
And can
no
I
trip at
ask
all.
you, have you spoken to anyone else with PSSD who has done like LSD, mushrooms, or Ibogaine? Have they had similar
Yeah, I mean, I see.
experiences?
I haven't spoken to a lot of people, but I have been on the forum quite actively. I mean, I've seen people who are like moderate cases, like mild cases, who are responding to drugs. They get benefit from the mushrooms or like other psychedelics, or there are like some severe cases like me. Not a lot of them. They don't. They don't trip on the psychedelics. Even mushrooms, LSD, nothing. Yeah.
And what about things like cocaine? I don't know if you ever tried cocaine or maybe high doses
I
of
have done
Adderall.
I have
Yeah.
done like coke in the past like couple of times, but I didn't do it now because it didn't seem like it was gonna help me.
Okay.
It could make things worse, and
Okay.
I used to smoke weed, like cannabis, like pretty often, uh, but not so much. But I was pretty frequent. I haven't done that either, but because it doesn't feel like it's gonna help me, I feel like it's gonna mess me up. I don't know. Yeah.
Hmm.
uh
Okay.
yeah, so so Ibogaine experience was pretty bad, and I had all the like bodily symptoms, like physiological symptoms, like throwing up, and um just like um wasn't able to
Sure.
walk, like dizziness and stuff like that. It took me like 5 days to recover. I didn't do the second dose, but because I was like, this is not going to help me. I mean, there's no point. I have to do the other dose, because I didn't get anything out of it. Nothing, like totally zero.
So let me. Okay. So I want to move forward because eventually I'll have to wrap. So I want to
Yeah.
ask a couple more questions. What does a day look like for you now?
It's
Suffering
a
from
struggle.
this.
Every day is a struggle. I can't live. I'm surviving,
What do you
So,
do? What's the morning like? What do you do
so,
through the day? How do you get through the suffering?
so luckily, I mean, I'm financially okay. I don't have to work because first I can't even work. First of all, so financially I'm okay. I don't have to worry about that. So I can't even imagine people who are going through the same as me. How are they able to live? How are they able to survive? I don't know. Uh, so after coming out from Canada, I thought, and I had to work out, to get some relief. So this is what I do. I drag myself to the gym, every other day, and I get some little relief uh, from fatigue and a little bit of anhedonia, just a little bit, like 5%. So this is all I do. I've gotten so used to it.
Hmm.
So, and yeah,
And
uh,
and so I guess the next thing is, what's your relationship like with your family now?
now they say that they do believe me, and yeah, because my friends got involved, and a couple of other friends also. They got also involved. They talked to my parents. They talked to my dad, and now he says he believes me. But I know, even if they believe me, they won't be able to understand how horrible this condition is. And they cannot understand the intensity of it. It's just 24/7. You cannot escape it. You cannot do anything. You
Wow.
cannot enjoy anything. Yeah,
And
nothing.
would you describe the pain of living with this? Because when you say the word pain, people think physical pain, but obviously the experience of PSSD is much different. How do you describe the pain of going through every day feeling like this?
Basically, it's absolutely torture. You're getting tortured like every day.
Yeah.
Every day. There is no relief. I mean, uh,
When you say
if you just
torture, I
have
mean, do you just feel like a pit in your stomach all the time, or you just feel
no,
despair? Like
like
how?
I feel like trapped in my brain. I feel suffocated. All the time because of the emotional numbness. It's the emotional numbness which is the most horrible condition, horrible symptom of this one. I would say,
Hmm.
because you don't you cannot enjoy like anything, like nothing. Yeah, not even a cup of coffee, not even TV, like absolutely nothing.
Okay.
So emotional numbness and the cognitive side effects sides are the worst one, I would say. You know, and obviously the sexual ones are also the worst, but the emotional ones, you cannot feel anything for your loved ones, for your family. You know,
Okay.
cannot feel
Eh,
attracted to the opposite partner. Nothing.
Okay. And what would you say is the most, having been through this and still suffering from it significantly? if there was you, 3 years ago before this happened to you, what would you tell them? Like, if they developed it, what's the most important thing for surviving this that you've learned through your suffering?
Honestly, I mean, if you have a severe case, it's pretty hard. See, the only thing I can, say, you have to find some kind of a symptomatic relief, to, you know, because otherwise it's like torture, because I haven't found anything else other than working out at the moment, because it is the most difficult thing for me to work out, but that's the only thing which gives me like a little bit of relief, to get through the day. That's the only thing. But other than that, people need to figure out some kind of symptomatic relief, like try supplements, herbs, drugs, whatever they need to get through the day, And I believe if you are a moderate case or a mild case, you have a good chance for like a symptomatic relief. I do believe that, but just my case is like pretty severe, because I've spoken to people who are like moderate. They seem to get better, and
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, they have a better chance, because to get out of this.
Well, what I'll tell you is, and I don't know how similar they are, but I work a lot with people who have benzodiazepine injuries, and some of
Yeah,
these
but it's
people
pretty
are
bad.
damaged for like several years, but they still gradually improve. Even the people who have been severely damaged for 3 years, you talk to
Yeah, yeah,
them 2 to 3 years later, and their symptoms have resolved. So what I would say to you is just take it one day at a time, and let's
exactly.
let's
Yeah,
just let's just see what happens. The brain
exactly,
has tremendous capacity to recover if you just give it time.
exactly. People have to grind it out. They need first. They need to like kind of accept it. You know,
Yeah,
this is what it is, and they kind of have to grind it out. Take day just day by day. Yeah. I do believe things can get better. You know,
yeah,
and I wish people who are suffering with this and all the best. And I thank you so much for doing this for the PSSD community, and the PSSD community would really appreciate what you're doing. Uh,
yeah. No,
and we
thank
want more.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, thank you so much. I've been talking all the time. I didn't. I should have asked more questions.
No, I mean I would have ruined it, honestly. Your story is interesting and engaging, and you're well spoken. And I hate to say this because I know you lived it, but it's horrific. But it's horrific in a way that is just very informative about what happens to people. I mean, I said this to Rosie during her interview that she was in a horror movie.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
same for you.
same.
The
Exactly.
point at which you got thrown into a psychiatric hospital for 3 months, drugged against your will, and had to pretend you were better to
Yeah,
get out, and had your family turn against you. I mean, you were
yeah,
you were going through a horror movie.
yeah. I still am actually at the moment.
Yeah, yeah,
I still am.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Um, well, I've got to wrap now, but
yeah, yeah. It's okay.
please keep in touch with me, and thank you so much for sharing your story. If I can ever be of assistance in any way, reach out. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. I would really appreciate what you're doing. Yeah, I would want more people, to come up. There's no point, keeping silent, about this one. We need to spread more awareness, and yeah.
Yeah. Great. Okay. Well, you take care and have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.